much. Yes, the 90-day consultation period required by the Constitution ended yesterday at midnight. The next stage, in line with the usual processes that we use in Parliament, is the analysis and consolidation of the submissions from the public. As you will know, it was a three-tier stage. There was the physical consultations where committees of Parliament went out. Then there was submissions that were coming to Parliament in hard copies. Then there were submissions that were coming to email. Our staff had already started looking at the submissions that were coming in hard copies, categorizing them in terms of the submissions and making summaries of the submissions. The committees will go through the submissions one by one, looking at the content of the submissions. These will guide the committee in terms of coming up with its reports that will be tabled in the House during the second reading stage of the bill. After the second reading stage of the bill, if there are any amendments that need to be made to the bill, this will be done during the committee stage. In the committee stage is where the bill, we go through the bill clause by clause. And that's when any amendments can be made to the bill. Then thereafter we go to the third reading stage of the bill. This is a process that Parliament has done before and nothing has changed. We are in our third amendment of the Constitution. And it's exactly the same process that we've done before and that we will utilize. And all the contributions from the public are of importance to us and will be considered as such. The content that we are referring to are the contents that respond to the bill. The public must understand that we requested them to make submissions related to the contents of the bill. That's what we are looking at. What is the public saying in each of the clauses, and what are they recommending? That's what we are precisely looking at. We as Parliament will look at the submissions of the public based on what they are saying upon the contents of the bill. That is what we are interested in. Other processes are not for Parliament. People must learn to differentiate things that are for Parliament that are not for Parliament. We are looking at what the public are saying about the bill. And that's what we are interested in. And that's what will be reported on by committees of Parliament. In terms of on public ownership, I don't understand where that comes from. If you have plus over 300,000 submissions from the public, at one point we'll take journalists and show them the physical hard copies that have come from the public. And I'm not sure where those who are saying it does not have public ownership, where they are getting it from. Because 300,000 for me, that's a huge submission. We have never received those kind of submissions from the public. So truly the public, what's the process? Like they attended the public consultations in large numbers. They responded to us in hard copies in large numbers. In large numbers again on email. So for me, that signifies public ownership of the process. The fact that people from all walks of life have been making their viewpoints in support, against, and so forth of the bill speaks volumes to the fact that the public owned the process. It's very good that we have people that are very imaginative. The break was precisely due to an agreed calendar of Parliament, signed well before the process started. So we're simply following our scheduled calendar as Parliament. What we are doing in terms of analysis, we are deploying our manpower. As Parliament, we have over 300 something officers of Parliament, and I have a competent team that are able to go through the submissions, summarize them, and share with the members of parliament what has come from the public. And the physical documents, we are maintaining them as our V11s. It's not for me to say as Clerk of Parliament. That's a question for members of parliament. They are the ones that are responsible for making laws. I'm responsible for ensuring that the process, I provide the facilities that are required for the process to go through. We have done that as parliament. Like I said, we are looking at each and every submission and categorizing them in terms of their responsiveness, their responses to the bill. Those that have submitted things that have nothing to the bill will be put in their own file. Those that respond saying yes, in their own file. The no's on their own files. So that, and we, like I said, we are keeping that evidence with us as parliament. And like I said, at one point, we invite you, the press, to see what we have received. And just to assure people, when things are submitted to parliament, we log in and they are referred to the relevant department. And I would love at some point anyone who is in interest to come and see from the records, documents that are coming into parliament and what is filed. It's not a popularity contest. We are looking at the contents of the submissions. Okay. That is what we are interested in. I will tell you, I belong to a church organization. I also belong to a farmers organization. I also a single citizen. So do you want me to be counted? One is Chokuda, one is a member of my church, and the other is a farmers organization. And as parliament, like I indicated, this is our third time in dealing with the constitutional bill. We are very capable of handling these items without any challenge. And our citizens belong to very different organizations. Some 10, 15 organizations, I don't know how people want the same person to be counted 10 or so times. The public should not worry about what's in the social media. There's a lot of that goes on in the social media. Like I indicated, we have processes that we have done before. I can't even recall the number of bills that we have processed in this parliament. Some contentious, but we've always conducted ourselves professionally as an institution because we have a constitutional obligation to meet. And that's is the only thing that guides us. We will do the things according to the requirements of the Constitution. I remember previously with the National Peace and Reconciliation Bill, which, as you recall, which was piloted by the then Vice President, Honorable Mpoko, which he eventually withdrew from Parliament. We did the non-governmental organizations bill way back. I recall we had to change a venue at the Harare International Conference Center because of the participation of the public. We had amendment number 1 and 2 that were also equally well attended by the public. So we're used to these things, and there's nothing to worry for us.